advancing the RPG genre to the fact that you can talk about various instances from so many games. I mean, whether it's Final Fantasy 6 or 3 as it was known in the West, or 7, or any of the ones that weren't released in the United States originally, or even like some of the more recent ones, like 15, Noctis being identifiable enough to be in Tekken. You know, this is a great series that, and it would not, the RPG genre would not be what it is without it. Easily the most identifiable RPG games in the world, in video game history, honestly.
Yeah, no, I couldn't have said it better myself, man. And what a better way to celebrate the RPG genre with an action-adventure game and a platformer in Winners Finals.
Okay, so I'm just saying, New Year's Eve, maybe this shouldn't be the last tournament, because we are in Winners Finals, Zelda versus Ice Climbers, but I'm just going to put this out there into the ether. New Year's Eve, we need to have Crystallodian's New Year's Rothanine.
that could have been DNA. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That could have been.
No, but just rebrand it. That's all.
I kind of thought about it, but you know, I don't know.
No, but Chris has to do the Dick Van Dyke and start to count down when everybody else is at like 30. He starts counting down from like 100.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Like, instead of like a crystal ball, it's just like Sephiroth with the sword just like descending down into the pool, like.
It's just like a kiddie
Spoiler
pool
alert, sorry.
A kiddie pool full of kerosene and a flaming ball. Just slowly descending.
No, it's Meteor. That's even better. Oh god.
Yep.
That's amazing.
And then
I was gonna say, are we setting your couch on fire? Is that what's happening here?
That's what's happening.
Speaking of on fire, JP playing like a climber possessed right now. The Sopo will fall victim to the knight right there, but built up a nice lead here on StanLoona. Again, this is a matchup where I would imagine Zelda has an okay time, separating the climbers. Having a strong enough move, to be able to do so.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the key, though, isn't it? StanLoona's key is going to be separating the climbers, but JP's key is going to be separating the climbers. And those desyncs absolutely crucial to how you're dealing with StanLoona, especially putting them off balance and making sure that they can't just set up those walls, specifically with Phantom Sentry, because StanLoona is going to be relying on that at some point if JP establishes themselves enough. And that is going to be just kind of drifting back, holding down B, and setting up that Phantom Sentry, trying to get those quick tags in and trying to get JP to question their movement, especially on Final Destination, where you really don't have many places to run. Oh my gosh, this place Phantom is going to be crucial, and it's certainly going to be no less so now that StanLoona is on their last stock of this game number 1 in triple digits.
Yeah, no, fair being the combo breaker from Zelda. It's just a matter of time of whether it hits or not. But 106 on the tab right now for StanLoona, and JP's proven to have these desyncs down at all percents to where they're always going to have a kill option available to them, whether it be the side B into a footstool and shenanigans and stuff like that. But it looks like what the tech's going to be right now.
Well, the tech is going to be hitting the invisible swordsman in the midsection if you're JP. And StanLoona, well, I mean, how many knights do you have at your disposal? JP says not enough, as they are going to go up by a score of 1-0. StanLoona is going to get stage counter pick, and I don't think they're going back to FD, Koopa.
No. In fact, I'm kind of surprised that they struck to here. I mean, I get that it's probably, I'm sure, as good as a Zelda stage as it is for Ice Climbers, but maybe in this particular matchup, probably not the case. Zelda obviously going to have some issues landing, finding a place to land safely at the very least. But yeah, excellent start right there from JP as we await where our next destination is going to be.
Yeah.
So question: if Sephiroth is legal tonight, are you also? Was Northern Cavern also legal tonight?
I don't think so. I think because that's when it's like there's more variants of things that can go wrong. Well,
right, yeah,
I say that,
makes
but
sense.
because that changes like a whole list of stages, or Sephiroth is just like, okay, yeah, you could use him.
Yeah, that checks out.
Where are you?
I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Okay.
Follow my voice.
Okay. Oh, God.
Yeah, so like I said, so I'm playing through Final Fantasy VII for the first time. Never played it before.
How you liking it?
It's great. I attacked when the tail was up, and I made a terrible mistake for like half an hour. So
Oh no.
yeah,
Oh, no.
I done goofed, but I'm good.
Yeah.
I just got to.
That's how the game teaches you, man. Isn't it great when you have a game that doesn't have some like crazy stupid tutorial and it actually just lets you play the freaking game?
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's pretty nice. I'm in the Sector 5 slums right now. I just met Aerith or Eris. And yeah, I can't wait to level them up. I'm really excited to use them in my party.
You know what I really appreciate about the ROM is we go to Pokemon Stadium for game number 2. So kind of what we expected. You do have some platforms to deal with, but it's also not exactly unfavorable for JP either.
Not at all.
But you do have. It's really cool about Final Fantasy VII is that you just get to experience the emotions of the characters. It's just good storytelling, but also it doesn't hold your hand. It lets you. It explains to you what the things are, but it isn't going to tell you like, hey, line up, the enemies to do this much damage, and just outright give you the answer. It makes you figure it out, and then as you go along, you can set up your party in so many different ways. And maybe it's not the most intuitive thing in the world, but oh my gosh, neither is Desync Ice Climbers. So
Yeah.
StanLoona getting the first stock there, 66%. And I'm going to look in the chat for the Great Gonzalez to talk about how good teaching through gameplay really is.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's very comforting knowing that there's also homeless people on the trains in Shinra. But needless to say, though,
we feel right at home, man.
yeah, it's like I never left. Oh, nice, decent grab into the S smash there from JP. So evening things up. Not too much of a deficit for them to make up here, and just like that, they've already taken the lead, Stu. It's like I brought up earlier. The margin of error against his characters is so small that by the time you get hit and your neutrals reset, you're suddenly losing by a fair amount.
Tough situation, and yeah, it's a situation, by the way, that was made even tougher if you're following along. StanLoona is this is kind of working out for them thus far, and JP needs to adjust because if you're on any stage other than FD, you really don't have a place to let StanLoona just kind of hang back. StanLoona has all sorts of places to let just kind of hang back, and you don't get as much of a chance to take the game to them. That wall becomes just a little bit more fortified depending on where StanLoona chooses to be, and you have to play around that.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Ooh, but the regrab will get punished by the down smash, so not out of the woods yet is StanLoona, as JP continuing to try to make this comeback.
Still hanging around here as maybe you do have the upper hand, but you're still not out of the woods yet. StanLoona piling it on to JP, however, and looking for the kill on the up smash. Maybe not the kill, but it would have been nice to get. So
it would have been.
Going to get, yeah. I think kill. It was a little bit of wishful thinking on their part. Oh, you actually stalled out enough to get the belay, and that's just more bodies for the Phantom Sentry to gobble up. So StanLoona gets themselves on the board. It is 1-1.
I love the Phantom Sentry because that sounds like what episode 2 should have been, or it sounds like what episode 1 should have been. Instead of the Phantom Menace, it's the Phantom Sentry.
I hate sand. That's the only thing that I can think of when I think of the prequels, and it's just we're going all over the scope of late 90s, early 2000s nerddom, apparently.
Hey, but it's okay, folks, because guess what? Today is Thursday, which means tomorrow's Friday, which means tomorrow is the season finale of The Mandalorian. I'm not a Disney chill. So.
Yeah, no, I've heard really good things, and I saw most of the first season. So
it's awesome. It's so good.
I remember the scene with Bill Burr in it, which is amazing because he still had his accent, which tells me that the Star Wars universe has some sort of crazy space Boston, and that makes me so happy to think about. Honestly, it's just
Space Boston.
like I didn't know how else to describe it. FD for Game 3. Maybe a tougher ask for StanLoona. I can't believe I have to concentrate on this game after that. No, that's not to disrespect the two players on the screen. And good edge guarding by JP. Who's going to knock StanLoona off of the ledge. You wanted to get back to the stage. You're gonna have to catch these icebergs, says JP.
Yeah, JP doing what is normally hard. Edge guarding Zelda is like, even when she was a bad character, like a really bad character in 4, she was a really tough character to edge guard because of how good of a recovery move Feyor's Wind is.
Is this the remix for Ryu's theme that I'm hearing? Since we're identifying, since we're playing Name That Tune, apparently.
Yeah, no, this is Ryu's theme, I think.
Yeah, but it's like the newer version of it. So
I think so, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Sounds like it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sitting in shield, and that's kind of the JP special. They are not concerned with losing that thing. Well, maybe sit in shield a little bit longer if you don't want to get caught by the up B. Pretty sure we call that the lyric, but you know, I don't know who we is in this instance. So Koopa, I'll just let you take.
I got nothing. I just got a Meta Knight plushie, but I agree. Ooh, a slight bit of delay right there, but not gonna fray either combatant. As StanLoona has really put on an operation here on the ledge. JP was having a rough time getting off, but despite all that, StanLoona still has a percent deficit to make up. Ooh.
I'm not gonna say it, but that made me giggle. Anyway, StanLoona trying to catch JP on the ledge, and yeah, it worked out pretty well in game number 2. So it's like, you know what? If it worked on Pokemon Stadium, it might as well work on FD as well. But almost finding it with the Phantom Sentry, but yeah, JP finding their way around it and playing around it. There's not a whole lot of room for StanLoona to hide. Yeah, you're controlling the horizontal space, but JP kind of jumping around it, eventually going to catch that. We are at 1 stock apiece, best of 5 territory, so we will definitely have another game after this one, folks. But even so, getting the momentum in this set, excuse me, could be so crucial, Koopa.
No, I agree, and the music is even saying so also. You see right here, it looks like StanLoona's kind of figured out, a kink in the armor, or at least trying to find her way through the onslaught of side Bs and stuff like that. But just like that!
Oh my gosh!
Wow!
Yo, have you ever seen an edge guard so nasty it gave you indigestion? That's nuts. Oh Lord! I mean, that was just JP. JP is FD and FD is JP. Just complete synchronicity with the stage. I don't know what it is. We have not seen them lose on FD, and StanLoona. Yeah, you better get away from this stage as fast as you possibly can. And don't get me wrong, it was getting to be close. StanLoona is a good enough veteran presence to just kind of hang around there, but they're getting a little bit of a peek at Sephiroth. Just a reminder, Seph is legal in this tournament, but yeah, I don't know. Is that a suggestion of a potential character counter pick, Chris? I don't want to.
It was just an unloaded clip, or yeah, I thought it was this one, and then it wasn't this one, but now it's this one.
There you go. Well, either way, yeah, we could very well see, but we're seeing a double character switch going away from the Ices and onto Villager, and is also going to find themselves from not the one winged angel, but the one who hunts angels, the Umber Witch Bayonetta, as we go to Town City for game number 4.
Yeah,
I love seeing Villager in this game. I'm gonna come out and say it.
Yeah, Villager's a cool character.
Yeah. I just wish they were better, but the game doesn't really allow for that. It's just the nature of it. And JP going to, time out their recovery. Let StanLoona try to press a button and see if maybe JP could take advantage. And thus far seems to be working. A slight, if tenuous, lead. But JP right now trying to stall out their movement. But it seems like if you're StanLoona, especially with Bayo, you're kind of just teeing yourself up for one of the many burst options that this character provides.
Yeah, obviously Bayo's going to have her own string of problems, obviously. She's not the unfiltered killing machine that she once was, but she still got the job done. This is a matchup that Villager struggled with in 4, and I imagine there's a lot of issues here as well.
Yeah, so JP, again, with this lead, this 2-to-1 lead, I have to say, I'm surprised to see the character switch. But at the same time, perhaps there was a reason for this anticipating Bayonetta, perhaps?
It could be. And maybe he's just going for a change of pace or something. Maybe, JP see that they have a game to play with. It could have been a stage thing also. I'm not sure. But, trying to get any sort of advantage you can. Great use of the Witch Time into the bear right there. Again, Witch Time is... It's not as useful as it once was. That's being generous with it, but still, good to slow down your opponent just enough to get a kill there. So,
you're absolutely right. The air dodge down and going to get the tilts into the up air, and maybe twist it off of the top. StanLoona is going to pop off, and this Villager pick, StanLoona saying that was a mistake, but JP, it ain't over until the skinny 8-foot lady sings. And that's when JP is finally going to drop the axe on that stock number 1. But is it too little too late, Koopa?
It could be, Stu. We have to be very, very careful here. Or you have to be careful here if you're JP. You don't want to give your opponent any sort of extra momentum that they don't need. But it's just like that. The unfortunate... the unfortunacy of Bayonetta is that sometimes that can still happen. And wow, what a combo, Stu.
Yeah, and that's how you pile it on. You don't need 50, 60 point combos. You just get enough wins in neutral. You can pile it on with just relatively simple stuff, even if it requires a lot of execution. And JP, maybe not playing the most forceful or assertive of villagers, but StanLoona is more than happy to make up for that difference, asserting themselves on town and city, as we are going to have this thing tied up at 2 apiece. Taking a look at this replay, I gotta say, JP had their opportunities, but this is kind of where we saw StanLoona take over this game for right off the top.
Yeah, no, any sort of time you can give yourself a lead like that, that's obviously huge for your game. And the SD, withstanding, an almost perfect game right there from StanLoona. So, we pushed it to a winner-take-all situation. I believe we're now tied up at 5, if my math is correct. So yeah, we're gonna see who comes out on top here. Is in prime position.
Did I miss a game? I thought JP only won 1. I may have
JP won 2 on FD.
Okay.
Yeah, he won 2 on FD.
All right, then yes.
Yeah.
Answer is yes.
So good. No, we're chilling, man. And unless I'm also going insane. Which...
I mean, we're both hearing these voices in our heads, so maybe we're all going insane. So
something to be said about that, yeah. And chat, tell me you're hearing this right now. No, but seriously, we're going to go to game number 5. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a return of the Ices, but at the same time, I feel like if you're fighting Bayo, you went off of Ices for a reason. Koopa, go ahead and explain perhaps what the rationale was behind the villager pick.
That could have just been like a game 4 heat check sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you play... Sometimes you see players go secondary characters to just kind of gather information. It's like, okay, what does this person do when they're in advantage? What do they do when I'm on the ledge? What are they going to do when I'm swinging on their block? We're going to go to Smashville here, and we are going to see a switch back to the Ice Climbers. Now, Bayonetta definitely has the tools to, I'm sure, to split it to Climbers as well. She's got an excellent combo game, a great extension game to be able to, separate, Popo and Nana, and in some cases even kill them. So
No,
the
it's
other
certainly not.
I was gonna say the other X factor you run into here is that because Bayonetta has that inherent flaw where the more special she uses, the more lag she's gonna be in. That's something that Concon also has to be aware of. But doesn't matter though. They were able to get that first knockoff in relatively short succession.
Yeah, and that's going to be big for StanLoona, sitting at 14%. That's a whole stock lead, and catching with the F smash. Catch this gigantic demonic hand, says Concon, and now JP trying to speed run this thing. Oh my gosh, it's not exactly 2 seconds on very hard against. Oh my gosh, really? Just the straight up. That
might have been a 0 to death.
Bag. You're full on reclining on JP at this point. StanLoona, that was a 0 to death.
That was incredible. So I couldn't have asked for a better. You couldn't have asked for a better break if you're StanLoona. The switch to Bayo definitely proven to be fruitful here. As they're having no issue separating the ice climbers from one another, and JP just looking shell shocked right now.
I mean, there's fruitful, and then there's a whole ass cornucopia that we just saw from StanLoona, and we're seeing just a whole. I mean, JP is just getting feasted on. I don't know what else to say. This is a 2-stock lead that StanLoona has built up on Smashville. This is a stage counter pick of JP's, really trying to outbox Bayo, and Bayo is having none of it. Just saying, you really think I'm just gonna sit here? No! Catch this hand!
Wow.
StanLoona catching bodies on Smashville and advances into grand finals, this time on winner's side. We've seen them come out of loser's side and make a run of it, but this time they have 2 sets to play with, and the advantage that provides, we'll have to see how StanLoona can capitalize.
No, that was awesome stuff right there from StanLoona. The switch to the Old Faithful again. It's hard not to call StanLoona Concon because that's what their tag is. At least, oh god, that zoom in screen looked awful.
Yeah,
but yeah, but now listen, they're
it looks terrifying. I'll be real, but
Concon / StanLoona. It's a really good player. They're super slept on. On our last match for PR, they were a high spot on that. I think 12th. I think that was a long time ago, so I don't really remember. But
I believe you're right. But yeah, that's the thing. You're talking
I
about.
Hope I'm right. I was on the panel.
It was something. Then again, it was also a long time ago. It was what, like 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. But it's kind of what it felt like. But either way, we're glad that you're here. The last DNA of 2020, and we are going to see StanLoona in grand finals. This could be the run that they were looking for. We'll have to see who their challenger is in loser's side. But before we get to that, folks, we'd like to thank you for tuning in here, twitch.tv/MasterHandGaming, for continuing coverage of the season finale of DNA.EXE alongside Koopa. I am Mazer Stu, the announcer. Master Hand Gaming's own Koopa. Of course, Chris Elodian is in production. Chris, going to ask you one time, hit him with the ad slides. UEF.GG, the United E-League Federation, is a proud partner of Master Hand Games. It's where you can register, play games, and earn credits. Earning opportunities being provided for players, commentators, organizers, live producers, and more. For more info, go ahead and hit up the core, discord.link/UEF. The United E-League Federation is a proud partner of Master Hand Gaming.
Yeah, and of course, we have a new advertisement coming from our friends over at Hit Point Tournaments. They are running an online Super Smash Bros. Ultimate tournament tomorrow, December 18th. Community gaming, Facebook gaming, powered by Facebook.
What's that prize pool say?
That is a hot $1,000, or if we're talking in Sopranos logic, that is a box of ZD for your prize pool.
Oh, Lord.
So,
yeah, Lord.
It's a box of ZD, but yeah, you can check that out. I believe, Chris, we're streaming that tomorrow.
Yes, sir. We're not on the slide, but we are on the branding for all the stream.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's powered by Facebook
matters.
Gaming, and of course the partnership with Community Gaming, our homies up in New York. go ahead, show them some love. They are on Twitter. Just
And shout out to the homie Rickles. Rickles always runs a great show. Rickles is a man of many things, man. Like, he's a great player. He's a great he's a great tournament organizer. He's a really good commentator, and he's just an all around great guy.